video, I'm going to show you how to neaten a garment with a straight hand-stitched hem. So having overlocked our straight hem that we're going to blind stitch by hand, we're going to press up 2.5 centimetres. We're going to blast the steam out of the iron for pressing. Now you don't want to iron over the top or press over the top of the pins, so just avoid the pins. So we can just take those out and then finish off pressing. We're ready to start blind stitching this hem by hand. Now I'm going to start off by positioning some pins at right angles to the hem, and I've got to explain something. If you haven't already noticed, I'm left-handed, so if you're right-handed you just need to swap over the direction. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this overlocked edge back, and if you feel that it would be more helpful to you just to pin that back, then do so. So what we're going to do is just put a pin so that we fold back that overlocked edge, and that'll just hold it into position for you, because what we're going to do, we're actually going to sew in this space here. So I advise you to get a nice fine needle, and this is a sharps needle, and I'm using a contrasting colour thread, red, so it can show up against the calico. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this overlocked edge back with my thumb, and I'm just going to do 3 securing stitches, 1, 2, 3 in the same place, and that keeps the thread nice and secure. So you can see I'm pulling on that and the thread isn't coming out of the fabric. I'm just going to tuck that in. So what we're going to do now, we're going to kind of follow a zigzag path from one part of the garment to the other, and we're just going to keep going all the way along. So I'm going to start off by just picking up one, and I mean one, little thread, and now we're going to take 2 or 3 threads from the overlocked side. So we just keep repeating that. Now when you're pulling up the threads, you don't want to pull up the threads too tightly, but it's got to be sufficient tension to be able to stop the hem from falling down. So you can see that kind of zigzag path. So I'm not looking for big galloping stitches, I'm looking for nice, neat, fairly small stitches. It takes time and it takes practice, but it'll make all the difference to your work if you're taking care. Now if I was to turn the work over, if you see anything at all, it should be just a little dot where you've picked up those threads. And bearing in mind that you should normally be using the same colour thread as your fabric, therefore you wouldn't see anything at all. Now we've come to the end of our stitching by hand, our blind stitching, and we're going to finish off by again doing 3 stitches in the same place, 1, 2, 3, just to secure our stitches. See if I can put some tension on that, it's not going to pull up the threads. And then I'm just going to snip that off with about 1 centimetre on the end. You can hardly see those little stitches showing through, and then really again you wouldn't really see those little stitches at all on the inside, but because it's on the inside, if you see a little bit, it doesn't really matter so much. But all the work is here inside. That's why we call it blind stitch as well. Okay, and we're just going to press that back.